Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be continuing our algebra series and we'll be focusing on expanding of brackets today. Before we go ahead, if you haven't done so already, please click the subscribe button and also the notification bell so you know when I release a new video. Please get your books, get your pens, and as usual, let's get working. In today's session of expanding brackets, we'll be looking at two different methods of expanding brackets, and we'll be going through two examples. First example, if we have x plus 2 and x minus 3, the first thing we do is multiply our x by our x, and we'll have x squared, because x multiplied by x is equal to x squared. Multiply our x by negative 3 and we have negative 3x. We'll now multiply our 2 by x and we have positive 2x. And now we're going to multiply our 2 by negative 3 and we'll have, we know a negative multiplied by a positive would equal to a negative, and 3 multiplied by 2 is equal to 6, so negative 6. We're now going to simplify this. We have negative 3x and a positive 2x. Those carry the same x's, so that can be simplified. We write x squared and negative 3 plus 2 would equal to a negative 1, which is negative x and minus 6. And that is our answer. We will now go over to our second method. And this method is known as the grid method. We should have the same answer after working it through the grid method as what we did on our left, so the answers must be the same. So let's write back our expression, which is x plus 2 and x minus 3. The first thing that we will do is draw up our grid. In our grid, we leave the first box empty and then we fill in the rest. So we have x and then we have a positive 2, that's the first bracket, and then the second bracket goes on top, which is x and minus 3. The first thing we'll do is multiply our x by our x again, which gives us x squared. We'll then multiply our positive 2 by x, which gives us positive 2x. We'll now multiply our x by negative 3, which gives us negative 3x. And then we'll multiply our positive 2 by negative 3, which would give us negative 6. Now, what we'll do is our horizontal values, or diagonal values, sorry, which is negative 3x and 2x. Those are going to be our values that need to be added together or subtracted together. Okay, so we have negative 3x plus 2x, and that will give us negative x. Now, going back to our grid, we have x squared. So this x squared would be our first part of our answer. And then our negative 6 would be the second part. Now, we have all of the things that we need for our answer, so we'll just rewrite that. We have x squared minus 6 minus x, which is the same as what we have on our left. But let's rewrite that again. So we have x squared minus x minus 6. And as you can see, that's exactly the same. You can use the grid method if you're easily confused about where to put your answer or how to multiply correctly and signs, etc. The grid method helps you to compartmentalize everything. So you should consider this method if you're easily confused, okay? We will now move on to our second question. we have 2n brackets n to the power of 3 plus 6. We are going to be using our first method, which is just multiplying the number outside of the bracket by the number inside of the bracket. So we have 2n multiplied by n cubed, and then we're going to multiply 2n by 6. We have 2n multiplied by n cubed, and that will equal to 2n, and our n is to the power of 1, so we're going to add that to our n to the power of 3. So according to indices, that's how you would do it. And then 2n multiplied by 6 would give us 12. 6 times 2 is 12, n. Simplifying our 2n to the power of 1 plus 3 would give us 2n to the power of 4 plus 12n. We will now move on to the grid method, solving the same question. So we have 2n brackets n cubed plus 6. The first thing we do is we draw our grid as usual. The first square in the grid once again remains empty. Then we write our 2n, since it's outside of the bracket, we write that at the bottom on the first column, sorry. Our n cubed and our 6 goes on top. It could be reversed as well, it does not matter. So we have our n cubed and our positive 6. We now multiply our 2n by our n cubed, and we have 2n to the power of 4. And using indices, you can find this once again. And then we have 2n multiplied by 6, which gives us 12n. And we don't have any other expression to multiply, so our answer would be 2n to the power of 4 plus 12n, because 12n is a positive number. So writing that, we have 2n to the power of 4, and that's positive, plus 12n, and that is our answer, and it's same to our answer on the left. With that said, that brings us to the end of today's lesson. With the two methods that I've shown you today, use whichever method you're comfortable with and whichever method would minimize you making error in an exam or answering a question. For now, thank you so much for your support. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe and hit the like button. And feel free to leave a comment of any other algebra topics that you would like me to cover. But I will soon be uploading another video on factorizing. Thank you so much. And for now, bye bye.